Hey everybody, is this thing on? So I am Brian Campbell. I'm going to be your instructor this summer, and this is a little pre-video that I hope you guys watch before we get started Monday officially. Let's see, the 6th. And so I wanted to do this little video. It's not going to be long, hopefully not going to bore you, but I can only do my best. And just to give you some prep on what I plan on doing, some of the things that I'm going to have you guys requirements, and basically give you a day or two to give me some feedback. Maybe there's something I didn't think about that I could adapt before class starts. First of all, this is KNES 310, anatomical kinesiology, and obviously because of the plague, we are teaching it remotely this semester. Yay! So this is new to me. I'm more of a face-to-face, old school kind of teacher, but you play the hand that you're dealt. You adapt, you improvise, you overcome. What I can promise you guys is I will do everything I can to help explain, clarify, give you my cell phone number in the syllabus, which I'll post. And anytime you guys need, anytime, I may not answer my phone, but I'm going to have a protocol where you can text me. Dr. Campbell, are you available to FaceTime or talk? I have a couple questions, clarification questions. And of course, I'm going to be like, you can't do that like 5 minutes before the test, but just I'm willing to do that, okay? A couple things before I get into the general structure is something you guys are going to need to review on your own, okay, from KNES 220. Bones, just basic bones. Obviously, I'm going to mention bones, but I'm literally going to be like tibia, femur, talus. I'm gonna be talking about them as if you have been introduced to them. Okay, so in other words, this isn't an anatomy class like just basic alphabet anatomy. This is applied anatomy. This is taking the alphabet and making words and sentences and making poetry with it. So even if you're like, I got it down pretty good, just humor me and just go and review, look at a book, go online and just, okay, tibia, right? Tibia, fibula, femur, radius, ulna, humerus, okay? Even your vertebra, your lumbar, your thoracic, your cervical, know where that's at. Tarsal bones. Now, I may not get into specifics like first proximal interphalangeal, but basic bones that articulate the ankle, the knee, the hip, the elbow, the wrist, those kind of things. I'm not going to be like, name the ossicles. You forgot about malleus and stapes. I'm not going to do that. But man, you need to know where the radius is, and also keep in mind too. I'm going to lecture about this. About rights and lefts, right? So your right and your left is different from someone else's right and left. What I mean by that is this is my right, but it's his left, okay, or hers. I'll ask him later. But you get my point, right? So we got to remember rights and lefts. When I teach you to analyze position and motion, it's going to be from the person who you're analyzing's perspective. Now, you could be analyzing yourself, so you could put yourself in that situation and be like, my right, my left. But if you're working with an athlete, if you're working with a patient, you have to keep in mind it's from their perspective, their right, their left, okay? Another thing that I'm going to be doing a little bit of is posting lectures that I've done previously, and when applicable, because I was able to get in on 53B. I had a crowd. I'm kind of more interactive with students. And so I may go through old lectures and find lectures that I feel I did because, when you're lecturing to empty seats, it's just kind of, you don't have interaction and you don't have students, asking questions in class. Or a lot of times it's just feedback. I can say an analogy. I do a lot of analogies, and I could say an analogy, and I can give feedback. Students are like, and the students are like, students are like, ooh, and okay, well, maybe think of it like this. And so I may lean on a few videos of the past that I think I did, a good job of expressing the content. Um, in addition, what I'm going to try to do is have a post lecture, YouTube live Q&As. So you guys are going to need to have a YouTube account so that you can watch. I guess you don't technically have to have an account, but if you have questions, like in other words, because I'm going to have a lot of different lectures, I would like to collapse the Q&A. So in other words, let's say Monday I assign 2 or 3 video lectures, right? I may come back in the afternoon and do a Facebook YouTube live where you can either schedule to be available where you can ask me questions, or you can email me certain questions that I could address in the YouTube live. Clarity. I don't want to wait until the night before the test to clarify. Lecture, clarify. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page in this process. Okay, pros and cons. I am planning on giving you 2 exams. I know. Ah, but here's the pros. It's going to be open book. I can't police you at home. So I'm like, look, if I can't police you, you just as soon use what you got. Open book, not community. I better not find out you took it with someone else. Open book. Now, the pros of that is open book, but the cons is that you're like, I'll just wait until the test, and you only have a certain amount of time to take the test. It'll probably still be a 50-minute test because I'm going to give you like 25 to 30 questions, doable. If you don't at least have an idea of the information, you're going to lose time trying to find all that information. So I still think it's obviously important. Also, I'm going to modify the standard grading scale. So in other words, I'm going to shift the number of what it takes to make an A, what it takes to make a B. I'm going to shift the grading scale, basically a pre-class curve adjustment to help you, okay? The reason I can only afford to give 2 tests is time. Trying to get all the information condensed into 4 weeks. Every day I give a test is a day I can't convey or clarify information. So we have to go with quality over quantity here. And again, to help you, I'm going to make them open book, and I'm going to adjust the entire grading scale. So I know some of you like to pre-plan. So your first test is going to be Thursday, the 16th of July. And then your final is going to be the 30th. Okay. Man, you can't see that, huh? Sorry. Ugh, that's still horrible. 16th is your midterm, and the 30th is your final. Okay. I'll try to get used to this. I'll find a way you can. Okay. So again, key points. Study your bones on your own. I study your bones. Just review, right? Review, touch up, make sure you understand, what a scapula is and what a clavicle is, and even if you touch up on bony landmarks, right, like the coracoid process or the acromion or the glenoid fossa, just little things like that. Don't freak out about bony landmarks. If you think of it as a bone is a state, like the state of Louisiana, and a bony prominence is an area of the state, right? So like Acadiana is an area of Louisiana. So you have the state, which is the scapula, and then you have bony prominences areas, the panhandle of Florida, the acromion of the scapula. If you have any questions, you can comment below or you can email me, campbell@louisiana.edu. I plan on putting the syllabus up on Sunday because I want to give you a little time to watch this and maybe you have some questions or concerns or some things I didn't think about, okay? So I'm Dr. Campbell. You are you. We're in this together. Let's make it work, okay? All right, guys. Y'all be well. In stream now.